Hello everyone, and welcome to another counter build video. This time we're fighting Arch-Tempered Kirin using a light bowgun. So this is probably my most recommended build. It is designed so that people on the PC will be able to make this build themselves. If you're on the consoles and you're having trouble with Arch-Tempered Kirin and you ran into this video, you absolutely can use this build. I'm on the console myself, and it really wasn't that difficult. But there's also small ways you can improve the build if you are on the consoles. For example, the pieces of the Xeno'jiiva set. If you happen to have the Xeno'jiiva Gamma set, that's going to give you better armor slots. But yeah, so this has been optimized for PC, and what I've gone with here is a sticky build. I had different options. I could have gone with a normal 2 rapid fire build, or I could have gone with a slice ammo build, but I really do prefer the sticky ammo for a few reasons. I'll be able to explain that. So with the slice ammo, when you're shooting Arch-Tempered Kirin, the advantage of using slice ammo is supposed to be that you can shoot from any range, and as long as it lands on him, it's going to blow up and deal damage, just like the sticky ammo, right? Sticky ammo and slice ammo share that attribute. But what I don't like about the slice ammo, I should say, is that you do have to land it on his head to get good damage. This is especially true for Kirin. Kirin has, he doesn't have a very large body, and he really only has one weak spot for that slice ammo to land, and it's right on his head. So in my mind, slice ammo gets ruled out right off the bat. You're better off using normal ammo 2. And normal ammo 2 is a legit way to fight Kirin. However, I feel like it requires more skill than the sticky ammo. And when I'm putting a counter build together, I'm trying to do two things. I'm trying to optimize damage, but also optimize maybe like defense or easiness, right? That's important too. So I want anyone to be able to use this build and make use of it. So it ends up landing on the sticky ammo. You have the advantage of being able to shoot Kirin on any part of his body, and it's going to deal the same amount of damage. Not to mention, even if you miss his head, a lot of the time the stunning effect of the sticky ammo is going to occur anyways, just because I guess the explosion from the sticky ammo, it has like a hitbox that can still hit his head even if it landed on his leg. And then as you can see, he's just getting knocked over and over again. Not only does that make it easier to solo him, in my opinion, but it makes it easier to fight him in a group. So if you bring this build with you into a group, you're going to constantly be giving the team knockdowns on Kirin, and I feel like that's really valuable. So probably, I've told you what I think is good about the build. You get to shoot him in the body. It's always going to give you the same amount of damage no matter where it lands. It's going to give you KOs on the monster, right? He's going to get knocked down. I'm going to tell you what I don't like about the build. Probably the fact that, let me think about it. Well, I couldn't fit focus onto the build, so a lot of your damage is actually coming from your special ammo, the Wyvern Blast. If you don't land that Wyvern Blast ammo, you're not going to get as much damage out. And the sticky ammo by itself is not that damaging. Like, it does okay damage. It's doing like 70 something per shot. That's not bad, especially considering you can walk. Like, let's be real about why the light bowgun is so good against Kirin. Why it's one of my top picks for fighting Kirin. It's because you have so much mobility, right? You can stay away from him. That's really valuable. And then you can continue to move around after you've taken a shot. That's really valuable as well. But when it comes to damage, there's definitely stronger options for damage. This is once again, this is about ease of use. It's about getting damage and getting a pretty good chance of actually winning the fight. If you're a speedrunner, you'd probably optimize a Terrath Blitz shot build, or let me think about it. Maybe no, you would go with a spread ammo build probably. Speaking of which, you do have spread ammo on this gun, and you can use it if you want, but it's gonna have a lot of recoil. I actually, for the mods on this setup, I went triple reload, because I want to be able to quickly reload the sticky ammo level 3. And what that means is if you try to use the spread ammo, you're gonna have a lot of recoil. So, but you could do spread ammo if you wanted to. It's just not worth it in my opinion, unless you're a speedrunner. That's the only case where I would do it. And so if I had to guess, spread ammo on the Devil's Madness is probably going to be the speedrunner's choice. If not that, then probably, well, on the console it would probably be the Terrath Blitz support. On the PC, I don't think you guys have the support yet, so it'd be the Terrath Blitz shot. Alright, so I know all this stuff about light bowguns because I use them a lot. There he goes, he's down again. You can see it's just like a KOing machine. It's really nice, this setup. And again, you don't even need, for the true shot decorations, those are really rare, right? what I've done here, if you're paying attention to the build, I have the Xeno'jiiva Alpha helmet and the Xeno'jiiva Alpha waist. And what that means is you're getting both of the True Shot decorations for free. They're just default on those armor pieces. So you've got the special ammo boost. That's the name of the skill. Yeah, it's on the build. Alright. For the Palico gear, I always bring the... what do they call that? Vigor Wasp spray, I believe? Yeah, I bring the Vigor Wasp spray. You could bring the Bond Ball for his weapon. That will help you put Kirin to sleep. But I wasn't really too worried about it because the Devil's Madness already comes with sleep ammo, right? So you can put him to sleep yourself if you want to. It doesn't necessarily save time. However, if you allow all 3 of your Wyvern Blast to reload, right? Reload, I should say recharge. If you allow all 3 of your Wyvern Blast to recharge, what you can do is put him to sleep and then put all 3 Wyvern Blasts down on him and get all of them to land. So I was saying this earlier, you get a lot of your damage from the Wyvern Blast, and you have to be strategic about how you use it, because anytime you waste a Wyvern Blast, you've missed out on a lot of damage. You don't want to do that. So using them as a wake-up attack is one of the best methods. It's also especially easy to do if you're playing single player. And you can see I have 2 Wyvern Blast right now, so I'm probably thinking about putting him to sleep. Otherwise, I imagine I would have been putting them down. Let's see. I haven't really talked too much about the gameplay, but I've just been justifying the build and sharing my reasoning with you about how I decided on what the best counter build would be for light bowguns. But you'll notice one of the things I do is I generally let him attack first, and then I attack second. It's a really good process. You learned to do that if you played a lot of Dark Souls. It's kind of the same way. In Dark Souls, though, you do learn how to... Oh, here we go. I'm putting him to sleep. Yeah, in Dark Souls, you learn to react to moves and roll through them, but one of the things you do against a really tough boss is you wait to react to one of his moves, and that's what you can do with somebody like Kirin, because Kirin, he attacks very consistently, and yeah, just keeping your distance from him, wait for him to attack, keep strafing, keep moving, never stand still, and he's never going to get you. Alright, so I got my barrel bombs down, I got all of my Wyvern Blast down, and now I'm going to blow them up. Somebody's probably going to tell me I did the wake-up attack wrong there. You know, I never really think too hard about the wake-up attack. I know there's a way to optimize it. You want whatever's going to do the highest amount of damage to hit them first, so probably the barrel bombs, because I don't think any of my ammo does the most damage. But to be honest, the reason I never do it right is because I just don't care. You know, I'm not actually speedrunning here, and I don't normally speedrun, especially with the light bowguns. So when I put a monster to sleep, I don't think about it. I just put everything down. If you guys want to get real technical about it, you probably get like an extra 100, maybe even 200 damage, maybe 200. I don't know. That sounds excessive, because we're really just talking about a damage multiplier on one move. We're probably talking about like 80 damage, really. Alright, so what I did here was I crafted 2 new Mega Barrel Bombs, and he destroys them. And I look back disappointed, because I knew he blew them up. I could hear it happen. And I have the Temporal Mantle on, and that means that now I can play a bit more aggressively if I want to. I'm not too worried about him really landing any of his powerful moves on me. There's a nice area to fight Arch-Tempered Kirin. He's really not that bad. He's one of the easier Arch-Tempered monsters in my opinion. Like, look, you just get free Vigor Wasps in this part of the fight. That's not really true for anywhere else, so you have to consider that. That's definitely, that definitely makes it easier. Another thing that really impressed me here was I got through most of the fight without actually needing to go back to camp for more ammo. If I was using slice ammo, I almost certainly would have had to do that. There's another knockdown. Another thing I want to point out, okay, and there we go, that would probably be, is that the KO? Yeah, that's the KO knockdown. So another thing I want to point out here is I'm not even using the KO decorations in this case. I don't have any slugger, although I know that the feline food skills, there is a slugger skill for that if you want to take that, but there's no slugger on this build. This is just the ammo itself knocking him down. Sticky Ammo 3 happens to deal a lot of stun, better than the hammer or the hunting horn. It's very consistent. Look at me, I want to grab a little health there because I'm greedy, and just getting my mantles taken care of. But really, with Arch-Tempered Kirin, he's one of the monsters that's strongly affected by the mantles, just because you can take the Thunder Mantle, and if you don't have the Thunder Mantle, I strongly recommend stopping and waiting to go get that mantle before you fight him, because if you don't have that, I'm pretty sure that means you don't have Rocksteady either, and both of those they're not required, but they're really going to make the fight a lot easier. So he's limping off, and I'm actually going to use a trick here. I'm going back to camp. I wasn't out of ammo, but I'm suspecting that I'm getting pretty close. And what I'll do here is I'll reload my... Well, first I'm going to change my mantles. Watch this. That's the glider mantle. Now I'm going to reload my ammo. You see I have a loadout designed just so I can pick it up quickly. Alright, and then I don't know how many of you guys know this trick with the glider mantle, but you can actually take a shortcut to the top of the map. You'll see that in a minute. Yeah, and so far, the whole fight's been easy. I mean, another thing I should point out, I haven't actually procced Fortitude. When I was fighting Arch-Tempered Zenajiva, I was doing that before I got to the regular content. I was killing myself twice, and then I would start the recording. I didn't do that here. Arch-Tempered Kirin's much easier. So I haven't used Fortitude at all, even though that's on the build. So if you're soloing him and he kills you, you come back stronger. Alright, and you'll notice because I took the shortcut, I actually made it to the top before Kirin got there. And now I'm ready to put my barrel bombs down. I have all my ammo back. My Wyvern Blast is full. So it really is a great position to be in. I've got all 3 of my lives. And I'm just going to take it nice and easy, just like I did before, letting him attack first and then following up with the sticky ammo. Alright, so that's another thing you need to know about with the glider mantle. When you're at the top of the map, you can actually do this where you jump up in the air, and then you can use a jump attack to get a mount on him. And this is actually pretty useful. I was actually wondering if, similar to the Behemoth, if you're on a team, if it would be a good idea to just stay mounted rather than to bring him down. So your teammates could continue to deal damage to him, but I don't know. I don't know why that was so effective with the Behemoth. Maybe it was because he has a bigger threshold for being knocked down. I suspect if you tried to do that with Kirin, he would just run around a lot and then your teammates would eventually knock him over. So it's probably better to actually play the mounting game with Arch-Tempered Kirin, but I don't know. You can experiment with that if you want to. I didn't really care. Alright, so I got the knockdown from the mount. Now I'm not really too worried about the glider mantle anymore. I'm pretty much done with it. But yeah, you'll notice it gave you a shortcut to the top while you got to reload all of your ammo, or refresh it if you want to say that. And then you got 1 mount on him. It's really not a bad deal, especially if your other mantle is already on recharge. Just put it away. Bring out the glider mantle. Alright, and you notice when he goes down, I do like to put the Wyvern Blast next to him when he's down, because that's like a guaranteed proc of the Wyvern Blast. He's real close now. He's got to be. He's taking tons of damage. Come on, Kirin. After this, I'll just show you guys the build. Down again, look at that. Really going down a lot. And some of those are not caused by KO, some of them are just because I've reached a damage threshold, but I think he's downed at least 3 or 4 times from KO. That's pretty good. And this is, again, why I prefer the sticky ammo to like a slice ammo build, because I feel like it has better reserves just because you're getting... I don't know if that's true, actually. I don't know if you're getting more damage per shot. I know you're getting more damage per Wyvern Blast just because of the Devil's Madness. Devil's Madness does a ton of Wyvern Blast damage. But yeah, I don't know. It seems to last longer. The reserves do. And then you're getting all the KO ailments on him. Look, he just went down again. Right? That's crazy. I'm not even using Slugger. So it's pretty efficient, pretty effective in my opinion. Even if it takes a little longer, you don't feel like you're struggling. There he goes. Okay, he's down. Alright, and that's it. That's going to be the first counter build. I'm probably going to show you guys the heavy bowguns as well, and the gun lances, because I don't know, maybe I love shield weapons. And I'll take a look at any other weapons that I think have distinct advantages against Arch-Tempered Kirin, and post them as counter builds as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the build. So first of all, I'll show you the mods. Notice triple reload, and then I have 2 health regen augmentations. And then I'll just show you the build here. And that's it. You can pause the video here if you want. And that's it. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.